let's see if I can get this going. This is my new program. This is all of my Phototransistor stuff rolled into one. And so I'll just quickly, for this first time, explain how it all kind of fits together. And then we will do, hopefully, a series of tests, so long as there's no problems along the way. So, this is where you begin. So grab a screenshot of what you want to test and pick out the areas of the screen that you want to check. You will see there's a blue circle here, a red one there, and then a green. These you can move, you can change the size and so forth. It will give you values for where they're located, so pixels, percentage down the screen. It'll tell you how bright they are, so from memory, blue, green, red, and then we can check if you want. Looks like it's definitely red there, and then got something that's quite green. They may still be about equal. Yeah, they normally are. Yeah, so blue, BGR, so blue, green, red, and then some value at the end. So you can see that it is on the blue and the red circles, the values are quite a bit higher, and then on the green circle it's quite a bit lower. So when we go from neutral to a down command icon, that'll be a significant change. Interestingly, it's higher at the top than the bottom, and that's typical for Street Fighter. Now the other thing you'll notice, there are millimeter markings here. That's the physical location on the screen. So these are the dimensions for the LGC2. This is the in-zone M3, and so that sets us up for our next step. We'll get through this one though. So this is what I call the title card. We just look at all the different things that we are assessing, and we put it all here with as much detail as possible. We'll come back to this in a second. Now, this is the Phototransistor screen. What I'll do is set up that. Now, are we plugged in? We're not. Alright, what we should be able to do is that and that. So, quite a bit going on. What's going on? So I've got a 3D printed jig with holes here and here. A bit hard to see, but anyway. And that lines up pretty much precisely with where that screenshot. So we use that to print a jig down to the millimeter or so that the phototransistors are sitting over the command icon. So every time we push the button via the little Raspberry Pi 2, there will be a command history change. The results come out. So this is the top phototransistor and what it's up to. This is the bottom phototransistor and what it's up to. These are them overlined. This is the trial we're up to. This is the running average. Have a look at that in a second. We'll make sure that that's doing the right thing. And these are the kind of running results. So in nice smooth bands. So you can have a look to make sure that there's no kind of outliers or anything. So we'll do 100 trials and then come back to it. As you saw on the title card, this is PS5 version running on the PS5, VRR, everything on, 120 Hz on, and input delay reduction enabled. So just trying to minimize our input lag. Now this is a trap. 23 and 23. Alright, so it should automatically bring this across, but it hasn't. So the top phototransistor is 23% of the way down the screen, the bottom one is 73% of the way down the screen. what we should be able to do, oops, is that. So what it is saying is that, so the top phototransistor is a quarter of the way down the screen, the bottom one's 3/4 of the way down the screen. The difference between these is about 4 milliseconds. So you would imagine if it takes 4 milliseconds to go from a quarter to 3/4, going a quarter back to the top of the screen is about 2, to the bottom is about 2. So that means that it takes 8 milliseconds to draw the whole screen. So if we back calculate, it gives us 56 milliseconds at the top, 64 at the bottom. We can make sure that our data set is, I guess, representative by taking away partial sets at the beginning and the end, and just make sure that it all correctly displays the data. We can run through as well and make sure that the data is clean, which it looks like it is. And so this saves everything. It keeps a log of all of our workings. So just to make sure that everything's on. In-game VSync settings. Let's just add one here. Must be somewhere else. Settings. Anyway, I'll come back to it. We need to add IDR on, but otherwise that is done.